Hello everyone, welcome to today's weekly commentary. Um, today's weekly commentary I'll be giving an outlook based on fundamental analysis, which is order flow and technical view of the market. And I'll be running the forecast across USD pairs, BTC, and gold. So these are the pairs we'll be monitoring. So we'll start with BTC. And on BTC from this hourly time frame, so we'll have a break of structure upside right here. After that, market broke structure to the downside. And with this break of structure, this signifies a short-term pullback to the downside. So since we have this possible sell movement around here, and that reason why I'm expecting this sell on BTC, because we have a cluster of what liquidity right here. So right here we have a low, another low, and two lows right here. So these are clustered liquidity, which one. So we have cluster of liquidity right here. So with this cluster of liquidity, this has given us a short-term idea that market is selling. But the main thing now is where are we selling from? So another one is we have liquidity right here and some other liquidities right here. So making this area again just like another cluster of liquidity. So my expectation is market to trade into this imbalance before a sell or a possible sell movement. So this imbalance right here is my POI for us to expect what is sell movement down, and if possible, give us what a more bearish expansion into this last mitigated zone. So my last mitigated zone is this area. So this is my next point of interest. Market can give us what a short-term pullback or possible buy continuation to the upside, since we are fully bullish on higher time frame. So this is my view on good. Now, BTC. So let's look at good. On good, last week I took a loss right here, loss trade like right here. So the reason was simple. Here we have consolidation, having a consolidation which is accumulation phase. So I expected what a manipulation to the downside, and we also have another one accumulation phase right here. So with these two accumulation phase, I expected what manipulation to the downside, which market gave, but the move was not that very effective. So I expected market to give me some short buy at least to get to this high before a drop. Then before we expect market to come for this high. So my next expectation now is based on COT reports that we have as of last week. We are seeing that what sellers are still what in play, and with what is happening between Ukraine and Russia, we'll be expecting markets, or we'll be expecting good to be weakened a little. All right. So with that in mind, our next expectation is what some bearish expectation first before a bullish expansion. But here on 1 hour time frame, since we are still on the time frame, market broke a short-term structure right here. So we can expect some maybe a short-term pullback into this level right here before we expect sell movement on gold. So this is one of the major moves I'm expecting. So on gold right here, we have major POIs right here. So I'm expecting a sell around this particular point of what interest. So this is one of the major POI I'm expecting. So now let's look at other pairs, which is Euro USD and GBP USD. So we look at all these other pairs and see what the market is doing. Now, with what markets is doing as of last week, I was expecting some kind of like bearish movement, but based on the current COT report we have now, I'm expecting what Euro USD to become bullish, and because the Fed are trying to what cut interest rate. With that in mind, and the current COT report that come out that shows that at the same time Euro is getting weakening. The same thing with GBP but at the same time USD is becoming weaker again. So since that has started affecting USD, it has become weaker. This can simply what give us a bullish expansion, or we'll go into long-term consolidation. So these are the two major things I'm expecting as of this moment. So we either go into a long-term consolidation or we go into great expansion. So a long-term consolidation are movements that market will consolidate within one range for over a long period of time. So to take, for example, around here, market consolidated a lot around here again before this bullish expansion to the upside. It consolidated, even if there's a reversal within it, but it consolidated a lot with only some bearish trend and some bullish trend before market gave what a bullish expansion continuation. So that can also happen here. So after that short-term consolidation maybe trending to the upside before we see either a sharp push to the upside or a sharp drop for long-term bearish expansion or shift of market for us to see maybe market being bearish for like over 3 months or being bullish again for over 3 months. So those are the things that will likely occur. So we likely go into consolidation, but the consolidation is not necessarily to be trapped within a structural range. Let's say trapped within this range and be accumulating. It can be what trending outside, which is my next expectation. So I'm expecting market to what target this high and this high, but this area is also POI for us to expect what a short-term rate, short-term pullback before market rate this high and this high. So this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. So we also have GPV USD. As of this week, GPV USD has hurt me a lot. I took almost 3 losses on this particular pair. So one of the losses was this, which was here, though I entered before the news, which I suppose not to, but I took an entry right here to get this low right here, took a loss right there. Another loss was around here after market broke this low. I was expecting a sell from here. Market fell with this little consolidation right here, which is this, and market fell. So those are the two major losses I took. Big difference is that around here, I took first entry, which hit break even. I took another one. That one ended in loss. So those are the three trades I took on GPUSD so this week. Now, this current week I'm expecting what bullish continuation. So based on current structure or what market is doing, there are two things I'm expecting market to do. Either we have a short-term pullback right here, then a bullish continuation, or a pullback into this structure range before a structure continuation to the outside. And if market is doing that, I will expect market so if market is coming for this lows, since this is not equal lows, so I'll have my POI just right below this low, which is around this area. So these are my two expectations in the market, either a bullish continuation from here or from this particular level. So these are the two things I'm expecting of market. And we also have a USD, but I won't give my outlook on this at the current moment. So we have New Zealand, and on this New Zealand, we can clearly see market is currently on the bearish side of the market, but with the current weakness on USD, so we can now expect what some consolidation in the market, a long-term consolidation within this level. So this is what I'm expecting market to do around here. Though market has entered into a big consolidation for a while now, which is from this area, it has not been trended that much to the upside, neither to the downside. So it has been trapped within this area. So we'll continue with this consolidation until probably after FMC news or if they will cut interest rate or not before we can now expect what trend move to the upside or to the downside. On USD JPY, with the weakness on USD and JPY is gaining strength both from monetary policy and the COT report. So USD is gaining strength. So this simply means that we'll be looking for bearish expansion on JPY. Let's say, for example, GPP JPY, Euro JPY, and possibly what USD JPY. So the reason is I'm expecting what a bearish expansion. So after this short-term buy right here, which market offered this very day, which was on Friday, one of the trade I took, I'm expecting market to give us what a sell program. So the sell program has tapped into my POI. I'm only looking for this short-term buy before the sell with possibly what gain. So we have last two mitigation right here around this level. So we can expect sell within this level for a possible sell movement on this. So based on euro weakness and GPY strength, we'll likely expect what? Bearish movement. The same thing with USD APY. I'm expecting what? Bearish movement on this pair. So that having that in mind, coming down, going up now to 4-hour time frame, we'll have market traded into resistance level right here, reject it. Then we'll have nearest what? Resistance level of price. So with these two resistance level, we expect market to drop from this particular point of interest to trade downside at the moment. So these are the major things we are expecting of price, or I'm expecting price to do. So I'm expecting what? A bearish continuation the downside on this pair. This market has already what? Touched the breaker area around here. So we're expecting what? A bearish expansion to the downside. A possible will pull back into this level, then a drop movement to the downside. So that is what I'm expecting. Why on this pair around this area, I look for a short-term sell, but the sell did not last very long. Came back around the break area again and continue dropping. So this pair, I'm still within, it's still within structural range around here. So with the COT report, that will give us an edge if we'll be expecting more of a buy or more of a sell. The same thing with USD. So let's look at the COT report we have as of last week. So on Australian dollar, right here, we understand that they added what 5,000 short position and 1,000 long position. So this simply means we went from minus 78 to minus 80 to minus 87. So this means Australian dollar is weak. So if Australian dollar is weak, what will happen to AUD USD? It will likely go into consolidation because at the same time USD is weak. So USD is weak, Australian dollar is also weak. That will likely create what? A consolidation move or a short-term pullback to the upside, since other pairs will likely be trending to the upside. So that pair AUD might likely be trending to the upside, or at the same time it can be trending to the downside, depending on how weak it is at the moment. So we have Canadian dollar. So on the Canadian dollar, the same thing. I'm expecting if USD is strong, I would have expected market to trend to the upside for a while. But because USD is weak at the same time, CAD is weak, we can expect what? Consolidation in the market. So across all pairs, we'll be expecting more of what? A consolidation or a trend to the downside or upside without much momentum. So this is what I'm expecting. So let's look at the Euro and GPP. These are the two major ones we'll be looking at. So right here, the COT report from the last week and this week, there's no much difference on the Euro. So is what net is not too strong, neither is it too weak. So what this symbolizes is that what Euro will likely continue trending to the upside. That means we likely continue buying Euro USD since USD is becoming weaker. So the same thing on British pounds. On the British pound, they added 1,000 long position, 13,000 short position. So there is no much difference. But overall, British pounds is becoming weaker. But with this in mind, we will now expect what on the USD is a GPP USD. We'll be expecting some consolidation into the market or a short-term uptrend to the upside. So on Japanese yen, right here we can see right here that they added 4,000 position and closed 2,000 position. So there's no much difference, but at the same time, based on the current monetary policy from the CPI and all, we now understand that what their pay apart from the COT report is getting stronger. So with that strength from the CPI and all, we can expect market to be trending to the downside. And on New Zealand, we can see not much difference. So this is why I said we can expect what a bullish trend or a bearish trend. So if market is what given a bullish structure, we focus on that bullish structure. But once market turn from that bullish structure to a bearish structure, we focus on that bearish structure on New Zealand. You can see there's no much difference. Only few people took or enter a trade on New Zealand as of last week. So this is the COT report we have on USD pairs. Let's look at gold. On gold, you can see they close about 4,000 position and added about 3,000 short position. So what this signifies is that they're expecting more of good to even drop more. So they're expecting good to drop more downside. So if they're expecting good to drop more, this is why I'm expecting market to get to this area or any of this level, either from this area or from this resistance level. Then we seek for some bearish expansion to the downside. But if market break this high or any of these this high, then we seek for market to target this high first before we'll be looking for another bearish movement. So with the COT report supporting a bearish movement, I'm expecting what is sell from this level or is sell from this level into these lower levels right here. So this is my analysis or forecast for this week. Good luck and good trading. See you guys our next outlook. Also on my across my platform, I'll be updating some of the trade I'll be taking.